have you seen anything like that?
The swing of it, we're back straight off the top. Rory nearly shit his pants. He nearly, in front of the whole world, for what would have been the 100th time, in white pants at Augusta, he nearly didn't do it. He got halfway out of taking a huge shit in front of everyone. It was there. The first 2 inches were cold. He was touching cloth, and then all of a sudden he just sucked it back up and won $4 million in a green jacket. Well done, Rory. Congrats, mate. Well done. Shout out, Rory. We will actually get back to that real quick, but first things first, before we started recording, Joel said he wears a power band.
Is that what it's called? It's called.
Joel wears a magnetic power band.
No, it's a Bioflow, and I've actually lost it. I left it at the New Zealand.
Do you feel out of balance?
My golf game's been worse since I lost it. I'm telling you, don't.
You broke
annoy
80.
me.
That's great. Like last week.
There's a once-off, mate.
So someone went on Shark Tank with one of those things and pitched it. And Mark Cuban said, "I'll invest if you admit that it's a scam." And he refused to do it and then walked out without a deal.
Mate,
do you honestly feel better wearing it?
100%. Mate, don't laugh at me.
Come on.
Don't laugh at me.
What do you feel? What?
I feel like I need to double down, but it's just going to make me look worse, right? No, so I always get a sore neck. I wake up with and I gain 50 meters with my wedges.
No. So you wake up with a sore neck. You wake up with a sore neck.
I wake up with a sore neck, right? So I put this Bioflow thing. That's the brand I wear. I don't know if the Powerband's different.
Yeah.
I put it on, and then after like a day or two, I just realized I didn't wake up with a sore neck, and I was like, it's a coincidence, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Then like 6 months goes by, no sore neck. I was like, this thing might actually work, and just forgot about it. Just wore it, constantly wear it. Get a tan on my arm.
Yeah. I can
forgot
actually see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
did it coincide with you doing any physio or doing anything else, or was it just
no? I lost
stupid. Yeah, okay.
Physio.
Yep.
I don't even know.
Is that a pub?
Yeah.
It's a weird sort of lager.
It's a weird style of Guinness. Anyway, continue.
And then one day woke up, had a stiff neck, and I was like, "Get out of here!" Like I thought this thing was,
kidding me.
Supposed to be doing it. And then
Magnet's
I
worn off.
literally said, "I was like, what's up with this magnet?" Turned it over, and the magnet had fallen out
You're
of it.
kidding me.
Nah, I'm not. And then after that, I was like, maybe this thing works. It's real. Bought another one, no kink neck, same story. Now I've lost this one. I left it in New Zealand a couple of weeks ago.
How's your neck?
Stiff.
This is going in, is it?
It's stiff, mate. It is, mate. Anyway, so.
All right.
anyways.
Well, what's the name of the company? Give them a shout out.
No, you can go.
Bioflow or whatever you're fucking called. If you want to send us a bunch of your scam magnets, feel free. We'll wear them.
And I do think it improved my golf game. I've been playing like crap ever since.
Haven't you said you've just been wearing it for 6 months?
You just won a major.
I've lost it, mate.
Did you wear it at Jack's Point?
Wore it at Jack's Point. Wore it when I won the.
Hang on a minute.
Hold on. Let the punters see this as well.
Yeah.
No,
Get it
it's
out.
all right. Leave it.
Chopper, do you want to put that behind?
I can't.
That's
Can't reach.
bloody good, though.
That is nice. Okay, well, yeah, checks out then.
Yeah.
It checks out.
I need to get a new one.
Need to get a new one. All right, well, I just thought that was interesting to share with the punters because I think it's just a ridiculous scam. But anyway, if it makes you play better, then that's fine. Mate, let's chat. Obviously, the big fish. Rory McIlroy has just completed the career Grand Slam and won the 2025 Masters.
How you feeling? Because you're not a fan.
It was fucked.
Okay. You put up, and we're going to talk about this too.
Yeah.
You put up a story.
Almost every shot.
Yeah. Didn't watch. I went all the way to the end just to see your face when he made it. And I'll tell you what, I thought I saw a tear.
Well,
You went like, you could almost, I thought you were about to say like, well done,
I
congratulations.
did actually. If you continued to watch,
Oh,
it was
no,
another
I
story.
tuned out. It was a
It
short
was a long
film, mate.
story.
I couldn't-
It was a long story.
I do feel like this is where we all sit here and, we've got it. It's a safe space. Might be an intervention, I reckon on the
you're a fan.
stories.
Nah, well,
Yep.
okay, you can, but you guys are old, so what?
Hey?
Yeah, you are.
Actually, we are technically
You're
old
wearing a
compared
power
to him.
band, and anyway,
I've got a mustache.
Seedy.
Yeah,
no.
dirty.
So I like to do that sometimes. Document it. The last time I did that was at the Olympic Games, watching the archery, and my new favourite Olympic sport, the archery, which was an exceptional format. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch the South Koreans. My goodness, they're good. But it was, I had a lot of feedback actually. That's my first bit of negative feedback. So thanks for that. I'll take it on board.
First bit of negative.
A lot of the positive feedback that I got was, it was great. I was watching it live and would watch Rory, then watch your story, then watch Rory, then watch. It was great.
No.
People were invested.
Mate, I've listened to audiobooks that go shorter than what that story was.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough, and I take that
I'd
fully on
rather
board.
watch a Ron episode, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
Hey, don't.
No, no,
I do,
different.
but both of those.
Sorry.
Anyway, my thoughts recapped. I think I really disliked with a D. That's past tense. Rory McIlroy. Past tense disliked him. I thought he was a self-righteous piece of shit who thought, I'm just going to I'm going to be the spokesperson for the PGA while Liv got going. And he just had this real air of arrogance about him that I hated. But watching, and like I got great joy out of watching him shit the bed for the last 10 years. And like at the US Open, watching him 3-putt and miss those, I was like, I celebrated. I was so happy. And leading into the Masters, I said to you on the Thursday, I hope it gets to 18 on day 4 and he misses a putt, which he did. But to see him, as I mentioned before, be halfway through the act of shitting his pants and just to find that dog in him to just go out and like teeing off 18 is difficult in itself. It's a tight tee shot. I'd definitely kill someone if I was on the tee. There's no way I'm finding fairway. For him to step up, watch, and then go bogey the hole, go back, watch Justin Rose hit a fucking peach down the middle, and then step up and bomb one 30 metres past him, hit the same gap wedge that he put in the bunker about 10 minutes earlier, stick it to 5 foot and knock the putt in. I just said, mate, I can't dislike that. I had to just clap. I had to tip my hat to him. I put a hat on and tipped it and just thought, mate, I've got to credit where credit's due. Fuck, it was good.
It was good. Yeah, that's the most emotional. Apart from when Tiger won, I don't remember a better Masters.
Yeah.
That's up there as one of the better ones, just for like how entertaining that back nine was and roller coaster. I ended up going to Cottesloe because I had the coach, so I watched it with some members in the clubhouse, and when he missed the putt on 18, there was like 40 people just hands in their head, just like,
Was anyone
what's
like me
going on?
just cheering?
No, not at all.
You
Not
would
at
have, when that bunker shot came out and stopped that far away, I knew that you were celebrating, man. I knew it.
Stoked.
But then if his wedge in on the playoff hole was 2 foot further away, he misses that.
Yeah, and also if Justin Rose's one looked like it was nearly about to slam dunk. He got so stiff to end up.
I thought it was going to come back.
Yeah, he got stiff because he was awkward. If it had been another foot and a half, it would have come back down the hill. But so how did you guys watch it? What time did you get up? What time did you get up? And just how were you feeling throughout the last day? And did you watch all 4 days? What was your weekend?
I end up only watching days 1, 3, and 4. But day 3, I got up at like 4:30 or something, like nothing. Final day, 2:30, alarm went off, and I was just up, mate. I shut the kids' bedroom. Everything was shut up. Lights all turned on, made a coffee, made bacon and egg muffin,
Oh, wow.
just got up like I was
You're
like
awake.
set for the day. Yeah.
Really?
By 3:30, I'd had brekkie, coffee, sat there on the couch, did some stretches. I got no Powerband now, so I got to loosen up some other way.
Exactly.
And just watched the whole thing, watched every single second of it. Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's more dedicated to me. I set the alarm for 4. I think I woke up at 3, quickly checked the scores, and I think, he's back to square. Fell back asleep, checked again, up by 4 at some point. He was up by 4. I was like, he's going to do this. And then went back out there about 5, and then I've got old mate's KO account. And as soon as I went on it, he told me to get off. So now I'm sitting there without watching the Masters. So I had to get the
cot,
clubs in the back boot and then get to cot and watch it with the members. So
Because I got the KO account,
Yeah.
the 2 of them, father-in-law, him and I, we just split it. And then for some reason, my account is the one that gets kicked off. So I know when...
was that it? If I knew that, I would have just
and that's why I didn't
blocked
tell you because I was going to drop the whole, the father-in-law can't watch. And then I knew that you would feel guilty then. But yeah.
So I was the same as you. I was up. I had my alarm at 2:30. Bounced out of bed, but I wanted to actually. If I didn't have a shower, if I didn't get in the cold shower, I would have just definitely gone back to bed.
It's hard.
So I had a cold shower. By the time I got out and had boiled the kettle, made the coffee, and put it on, he'd already doubled the first.
So good.
And I was like, "How good's this? This is Christmas." And then Angus was watching it. My Will was watching it, so we were all texting. Angus was on my KO, so it was like somehow worked, but then it just was backing out in and out at the wrong time. I said afterwards, including the Tiger Masters, But excluding the AFL Grand Final in 21 that Angus was playing in, a couple of finals that Andrew has played in, I can't remember, and the 2018 final that I was at when I was on West Coast List, I haven't seen a better sporting event. I can't remember watching a sporting event and being like, "This is I've never been as gripped. I've never been as like addicted to watching it. It was just fucking incredible."
Yeah.
Have to also say thanks, and I'm pretty sure I tagged you in my story. The Masters app.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What an app!
Yeah.
What an
hands
app.
down, like the best app that you will get for sport. That was a really good. Thanks for the tip on that one.
There was no question. Like
Yep.
such a good app. But yeah, the couple of moments stood out to me. One, like Will and I were talking. Angus has played on a big stage before, and he's felt the pressure, and he took a mark and went back and had to kick a goal in the grand final. Massive, biggest moment in for an AFL player. Will and I haven't had that, and so we're sitting there like, I would quit if I was playing. If I was there playing at the Masters, if that pressure was lobbed onto my shoulders, I would break and quit and cry and run away. I just couldn't do it.
That's what I was in one of the group chats, and one of the boys said when he pushed his wedge into the bunker in regulation, the boys had texted me saying, people are going to die if Joel was hitting this shot. You know? And I would have just picked it up and just said, "Well done, Rosie."
Shake, well done, mate.
Yeah. You won this in regulation. We're not even going to a playoff.
You've got
just pick
to
it
feel
up.
for Rosie though. Like that's the second playoff. Going forward now, I hope he wins something. They can't swing it like that. You can't come second in that major twice. He needs something.
Has he come twice?
He lost to Sergio, and now he's just lost to Rory at the Masters. So he needs a major under his belt. He's too good of a player not to have one. I'll be going for him for the next 3, I reckon.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did listen to the press conferences. So I actually got right into it. I was just invested for all day on it.
I was late to work.
Oh, you went in?
I did go in.
Oh, okay.
They had the option. It was 6 o'clock, and so it was an awkward period where I had to go and get changed, dressed for work, but I didn't want to miss anything. So I'd be running, get my pants, running, get my shirt, running, put my shoes on, and it was like 6 o'clock, and I was like, okay, they're at about the 14th here. I know if I stay till 18, I'm going to be late. I can get in the car, drive to work, be there by the time they're on sort of 16, 17. And then I decided to not do that and stay at home. It was definitely late.
But I listened to Rosie and someone asked him what it felt like to lose again in a playoff or something. And I was just like, that's a horrible
tough question.
That is just, and you could tell that he was.
Bait him, like even Bryson's questions just asking about, did you speak to each other?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. Like,
Did you see,
who's going to talk to you?
Did you see Shane Lowry's comments? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, what are Rory's chances? I don't give a shit, mate. I'm trying to fucking win. Like, leave me alone.
I love when they fight back like that.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk after the weekend about talking to the media straight after a round. Like, what do we think about that?
I guess you would get the most raw emotion, but equally not enough time for them to think about what they actually want to talk about.
Yeah.
It can't be helpful. Like, they're never going to come across happy. If they've got a bit of like guts in them, they're going to be pissed off after they just lost. So they're never going to say the right thing after they finish a bad round of golf or lose by one shot. It's not going to help the players. You might as well leave them. There's only in the footy. Like, they're going to go up to the captain and go like, "Oh, you lost by 120 points." Like,
there's a reason after every game the TV reporters go to the winning team.
Yeah.
They're not just going to grab, the shit kicker who just got beaten by 100.
Even when Rory left the US Open, as much as he got up to flack for it, every other sport, the other team leaves the ground. Basketball, they leave the court when there's seconds to go because they're not going to win.
They're not going to win.
Rory wants there to win. If he didn't win, he's moving on. Like, I get that.
Yeah. And just back on Justin Rose, how classy was he on the playoff hole? As soon as it went in, it was like he just took his hat, and like you could see that he was genuinely like happy for him.
Yeah.
He had a smile on his face.
Went straight up to him, dapped him up. Yeah. And it was like
there's a smile on Rosie's face. He's got his hand like that, and he's smiling, and that's where like McIlroy's like halfway through his celebration type thing.
Yeah.
First thing Rosie does, he walks over with a smile on his face. I actually looked at that and I was like, "Oh, you are like
a better man than
gentleman."
I. Because I would have been obviously he was devastated, but like I reckon you could tell that he was. And as he said in his press conference, he's like he witnessed something pretty special in the the tournament career Grand Slam.
Rory drops it, and here comes the putter throw. Launch it into the crowd.
Just before we'll wrap up on the Masters in a second, we'll get to some other stuff. The shot on 15 out of the pine straw was the big high hook, the big high draw. That was fucked. The next shot on 16 over the water, like.
Why did they put the pin on the right? Where was the hole-in-one pin on the left? That was day 3.
On 16.
Yeah, remember the last day it always has that chance.
They put it up the
chance
top.
of
It had
coming back
something
in.
to do with like Jack Nicholson. It's like 50 years since he won it or something like that. Yeah, it was a.
I love
and
that
was
pin.
That was
That's
the
the
pin that he
hole-in-one.
won.
And it gets closer to coming back into the water.
Like that can change the whole tournament on the last day.
That was like the fact that he was dry on 16 was enormous. But then, I just can't get over how difficult a tee shot it would be on 18. It is so tight. You just need to be perfect. And if the whole fucking weight of the world's on your shot, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah. It's just a different breed. Golfers especially, like, because you would hear individual comments when you miss a putt. Like, an American would say it as loud as possible just to make sure you hear it as well. So, they're a different breed, those pro golfers.
Biggest disappointment of the Masters? Let's go a different way.
Yeah.
What was your biggest disappointment? I'll go first. DeChambeau, just absolute. Like,
That was a man who genuinely shit his
Yeah,
pants. He actually did a poo on the course. He got out there and just went a massive, gigantic shit.
I think no one wants to see that. Like, the final 2 pairing, like, because then it heats up in that group as well.
Yeah.
I would have loved DeChambeau to be in, like after the first 2 holes, you're going.
He's right in this.
Yeah,
well, he was
this
in
is
the he was
game
in the
over.
front. He was leading it too. When he his shot that he hooked into the water on, what was it? 13, 14? I don't know. I can't remember which one. The one that Rory hooked it out of the tree, and his was going a million miles an hour at the drink,
and he hit a 6
just
iron and it pulled
stopped.
up. Yep.
And then Bryson needed to attack the pin and went in the water, and then he went in the water a couple of holes later. Like he was really disappointing. Who else was a big?
I had people message me saying that how much are they editing those break 50 videos on?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
the
God.
bloke just had one bad day.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's a disappointment. The whole thing was good. The one thing that I reckon was the most impressive was Dunlap that shot 90 and then rocked up the next day and shot 1 under.
That's pretty.
He didn't say he was injured. He didn't every other pro would have pulled out, bad neck, didn't have me band on. They would have pulled all that stuff. He rocked up and shot 1 under, and he bogeyed the last 3 to shoot 1 under as well.
Oh, really? He finished straight?
He was
Oh, wow.
killing it. And he even said the first tee shot on day 2 was the hardest. His guts were gurgling because he was so nervous about backing it up with another 90. So
I went back in the Masters app and because you can watch
Yeah.
and watch.
yeah,
And I was hoping for a blow up hole from him.
Just-
It wasn't. It was just it
Yeah.
looked like my scorecard.
easy
basically.
bogeys. Yeah, easy
Yeah.
bogeys.
My biggest disappointment was Oberg, I think.
Last hole.
No, well, yeah, the last hole, but also the last, he missed, I reckon he could have had 3 or 4 putts that were reasonably good, and he's usually a very good putter. But knowing what then happened, the fact that the winning score was, Rory was 14 over and you're oh, he's out of it. But then he just came back to the field. If he had stuck with it, he would have been a real chance. But then he lost that. I saw that stat. The 3 putt on the last cost him $512,000.
He doesn't care about.
No, he doesn't care
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But
There's a lot of money.
that's a shitload of
I would
money.
have taken that cut.
$512,000 for just having a 3 putt.
Yep.
Fucking incredible stuff.
I've got some interesting stats about
Yeah, hit
the
us some
Masters.
master stats. You did
This
say
is,
you had some
Oh,
before.
okay, nerd.
I was going to let you boys know this.
You wear a power band.
Well, you don't say a
Hey,
thing.
for health. For
Yeah,
health.
actually, that's true.
Well, it's,
Brain function.
I wanted to announce this. So this is going to be, this segment of Ron's stats is actually going to be sponsored by Golfbox. So
Is
that's
it?
pretty cool. No, it's not. But how good does that sound?
That
if we
sounds
could do
really
it?
good, actually.
Give us
Jawfish?
it again. What's it going to sound like?
Yeah.
So Ron's stats brought to you by Golfbox. Lowest prices guaranteed.
Well
that's
done.
Bunnings, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Golfbox will.
Bunnings is now
We won't say.
sponsoring the Ron's Facts. So a couple of things I had a look at. So the US Open, they charge nearly $300 million for TV rights. And then
It's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money and it's big signs everywhere.
Yep.
The Masters charges $0. And they don't want any advertisements. You see, there's no boards or anything out in the golf course, which I think is why it's unreal. There's no people taking drops because there's a big tower in front of them or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. But they obviously they control the broadcast. So the broadcasters can't say rough. They have to say second cut. And they can't say fans. They have to say patrons. So they are controlling everything these guys say, which is, again, I
Probably
think
can't say shit or fuck either.
No, I haven't heard that from G
We'll
Nans.
beat that out.
Welcome to the
will.
fucking Masters.
Yeah. Welcome to the 2025 fucking Masters. Anyway, can't say that. Can't say that.
So the merchandise side of it, for that whole week, it's only available for that week. You can't buy it after that. For that 1 week, they make 70 mil.
Hey,
70 mil. It works out to be $16,000 a minute. The merch store is turning over for that 1 week.
Is it only the physical merch store?
Yeah, no online. Can't buy it online. You just walk in, walk out.
there's 70 million spent in
that
4
week.
days or in the week.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Monday
the
to
practice round.
Monday to Sunday. Yeah, which is just ridiculous.
I don't.
How big
I
is
don't
this?
believe that.
How big
No,
is this store?
I cross-checked this about 4 times. You can ask my friends at Bunnings who are sponsoring this.
Yep. How
Golf
big is
box.
the? How
Golf
big is
box
the? How
Bunnings.
big is the pro shop to be able to go
I
in
saw
and
a
spend
photo.
that much?
It's bigger than you think. Like it's like a marquee tent building. It is
Well, do
gigantic.
I still don't believe that.
Do they
That's not a
set up
number.
like merchandise tents out and about? Or
I
is it
didn't check
just
that.
the pro shop?
I stopped once I saw the price.
$16,000 a minute
You'd need
for
a couple
week
of-
is
yeah.
like you'd need more than 1 or 2 guys on the till.
Yeah,
I would have thought.
and I
don't
reckon everything's pretty
understand-
pricey too. A shirt would
Well,
cost
the
a fair
burger,
bit.
the
Well, that's the other thing. A burger and a drink could cost you under $5.
yeah,
Who cares
brilliant.
about that? Okay,
Me?
well,
Well, hang on a
and
minute.
what
Don't
more
tell me
st-
you wouldn't care
No,
about that.
well, because
I
of
got
the
one more.
merch. You still got loads
I
of
got
stats.
one
have
more.
you? Okay.
The caddies get to play the Masters course, but they play it. They get 1 day to play it, and it's on the last day it's opened. So it's like the last day in May before they shut. The caddies can go out and play the golf course.
That's pretty cool.
That
is
is
pretty
really
cool.
cool.
That's
Does that
very
happen
cool.
anywhere else? Do you know?
Not that I've heard of. Didn't go any further than that.
perfect.
There's some fantastic stats, mate. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
very much.
Golfbox, for sponsoring
So
that segment.
I did. Thanks, Golfbox. Shout out to Golfbox. If Golfbox do want to jump on, obviously feel free. Anyone
Or Drummond.
Else? Or Drummond. We're
I'll
open to
sell
anyone.
out to anyone.
If
I've said that.
Bunnings.
Or Bunnings. If anyone else wants to get on board, it's the clock is ticking because first come best dressed, and we will be loyal to whoever comes first
50%
or with the
off
most.
right now.
Old Thero-bands are coming. They're
Yeah,
coming, knocking on the door.
whatever it is. Okay, here we go. Jaden's got some stuff up for us. This
Here we
is,
go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a building. That's not a marquee tent.
No, that's a
I
genuine
would
building.
like to see if 70 million is the actual number.
Go on, type it in.
Not that I think you've been maybe given the stats, but I don't think they're correct. There's no possible way that you're spending 70 million.
Well, 70 million is 70 million, but let's break
Well,
it down to this $16,000 a minute.
Well, okay. When we went to Jack's Point and we bought, there was a ball marker, nice ball marker, $70.
Okay, so you're
So
buying,
the
what you're
Masters
buying
charge-
4,000 of them
Well,
in a minute.
no, but like how much is the price hike
Yeah,
on that?
okay.
And then
Well, here's one for you.
Okay.
You got and be realistic. Don't go. Oh yeah.
Well, here we go.
I'll just
It's
spend.
estimated the Augusta will sell over $70 million in merchandise during the Masters.
Oh.
Yep, that's $10 million
Real
a day.
stat.
Yeah.
Okay,
$1 million
well
an hour. Yeah, oh my
You
God.
did your research.
Hang on. The average shopper, can you two see that or are you too old? Can you read that?
Oh, mate, you
Cut
can
that out,
The
mate.
average purchase a shopper makes is roughly around $1,000. So you're selling 16 people a minute, which is like, 1 every 3 seconds, $1,000. Wow.
You went to Augusta. You're there for one, or you're there for the 4 days. How much are you driving? And remember that the missus will find out about it.
Yep.
How much are you spending? How much
Unless
you know
take
what?
cash.
What would you get as well?
Well, I actually heard Min Woo in an interview talk about getting merchandise out of that week, which I thought was really cool. He's like, the week, Masters week, they only sell Masters stuff. But he's like, if you go there any other week, you can get Augusta National Golf merch, which also sounds pretty cool. So I'd like to get my hands on some of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Augusta, if you're listening, feel free.
If we've got room.
How much
after
would I
Bunnings.
spend? I would definitely get an assortment of like Masters tops. I would definitely get some Masters hats. I'd get ball markers,
Driver cover.
definitely get a driver cover and probably a putter cover. I wouldn't get a bag. You can probably get a bag. I wouldn't get a bag. Not really me. I'd get a towel. What else would I get? I'd probably get like a one of those cool leather tea pouches.
There's two. You're up to 2K, I reckon, already.
I'd get all of those things.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend $2,000?
Yep, probably. That's
I think. Oh, excuse me. I think that's something around what I'd go.
yeah.
I'd keep the wrapper from my sandwich.
Yeah,
So spend nothing.
Spend $1.50.
yeah.
On the
But
pimento cheese.
what would you get?
I'd get
Would
a
you
head
get-
cover, ball marker, shirt, hat.
I'd get a couple of shirts.
Pack of tees. It'd be a good
Definitely get a pack of tees. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, so that's all like that.
I got Andrews played Pebble Beach and got like a TP5 with the Pebble Beach logo on the side. I would probably get a dozen of them with the Masters. I hope they've got them.
Yeah.
But I've got that ball in my bag and I'll never use it until I play Pebble Beach and have a hole in one. But yeah, Jesus, I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff. So if Augusta want to sponsor us, feel free. If Golfbox want to jump on board, that's also fine. We don't really mind. We don't discriminate. All right, enough Masters chat. We'll move on. Last week, I put something to the group. We talk about pace of play.
Yep.
Pace of play is a big issue in the game of golf. I hate being slow. I hate being held up behind people. I told the story of the group of 4 that me and my brother were behind from holes 3 through to 16, where they finally let us. We were literally no one in front of them, playing up on them every single shot. Got to the 16th tee, and this guy who had diabetes was nearly dead. They'd driven him into the ground, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we've been slow. Like, this guy's got diabetes," and they let us through with 3 holes to play. Thanks, guys. Meanwhile, your poor team, your playing partner's nearly dead. You've driven him into the turf. What? I asked the question: can we come up with some rules? A rule each. Like an actual rule that the PGA could implement that would improve pace of play.
I've got a brilliant one.
Go for
I do
it.
too. If it's the same as mine, I'll be spitting it.
Yeah.
Well, I got 2. So you go first then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine would be.
Oh, that's mine.
Mine would be.
Everyone wears power bands.
Yeah. Everyone's moving beautifully. Full shoulder turn.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon players should have to play off the tee boxes based on their scores. So if you haven't cracked 100, you play off the purples. Then once you've done it, you then move back to the greens.
Yep.
And then black tees for the guy that can break 75.
Okay.
I'll go against that though. Do you not think that would take up more time? I've thought about that because I feel like that's a real easy cherry pick option.
Well, Cottesloe do it. Like the old boys can go off the white markers, which are a good 50 metres.
Yep.
They're in front of the ladies on some occasions, and it's definitely helped those boys who can't carry the rough. So all of a sudden that ball lands and
the
rolls
second
out.
cut, they can't carry.
Second cut, sorry.
The
when
patrons who can't
Do you
carry.
reckon
Sure,
that's
watching
picked up the pace of play?
Yeah.
Or did it just help their scores?
Well, help their score / it's literally getting them to land on the fairway rather than they're not even making it. If you got to carry it, they don't carry it 70 metres with a driver.
Yep.
So they start at the front of the fairway, kick it up to near the green, and 250 metre par 4s.
I'd love to see some stats on that. I do. I agree. I think if I'm trying to play off the backs, I know I'm going to have more, which means I'm going to be looking more and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's one. What about yours?
So I played the cut today.
That is a beautiful golf course, but it's just a brutal prick of a thing.
Wasn't a breath of wind today.
Wow, that's the only way you want to play it too.
Yeah. As soon as there's a Zephyr, you're fucked.
Yep. Perfect, mate. I had a very great experience today at the cut. Best I played there as well.
No Powerband.
No Powerband. That's interesting. Yeah.
No power wind.
What was the score?
So,
What'd you shoot off the stick?
well, we played 2 9s. You know the
That's-
excuse.
Here we go.
coming.
That's 18.
It's just a number. I don't know what's coming.
We played 2 different 9s for 2 different videos. So front 9 was shot for a mate and his YouTube channel, and then a back 9 was for me. On the front 9, I had 2 over with a double bogey on the last.
Devastating. Good.
2 doubles and 2 birdies. Very happy with that.
Yep, take that.
And then on the back 9, I think I shot 6 over. So 8 over.
That's very good.
Yeah, it was my handicap. I think,
That's 80 off the
handicap.
beater, isn't it?
yeah,
Beautiful.
very
Oh,
good.
well done.
5 less than the average.
But, and here's the kicker, and this is where I think that the game could be sped up, YouTube drops. So YouTube drops is, it's essentially like playing it like a hazard, I believe. So say your red marked off areas. If you know your ball is in there and you are going to struggle to find it, it's like bad luck, and I reckon this is where it can get fine-tuned. You just come out to the fairway, drop there, and play 3.
Yep.
And now to speed that up, rather than someone going, I reckon I can find my ball, and then still taking the 3 minutes. If it's not within 10 minutes of the fairway cut, then it's just a YouTube drop or a penalty. So
Can I say that rule already exists?
does it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, come out to the fairway. What do you mean?
It already exists.
When it's a penalty, like a red teed off area.
No, golf clubs can implement it where you.
Well, there you go.
Well, why aren't they, mate?
Because the problem is, so what it is actually, it's not one. You actually would be playing your 4th. You have to take 2 shot penalty.
Yeah, see, and I think that's really
much?
hard.
Yeah, but the problem was knowing people take the piss. Oh no, I entered it.
Yeah, I would have been
60 meters
I would have
further
been up
up.
there.
Yeah.
But then you have to bank on people being honest.
Well,
and
that's golf in
there's got to
general,
be
isn't it?
integrity
Yeah.
in the game of golf.
Yeah. So that's where it's everyone agrees. At Kwinana, the second hole, there's a certain section that basically everybody can get to. Everyone knows that your ball is probably in that area. You can't find it. You're in trouble. Stroke round, you automatically hit a 3rd off the tee because you just know you're not going to find it in there. Everyone just goes, yeah, you know what? It's about 230 metres down. Just come straight out to the fairway and play 3.
Yep. I have got a few that I would implement, and you guys seem to be a little bit more lenient. I would be a bit more harsh with it. I would have the first 4 tee times of the morning, you can't be off anything above a 14 or a 15. Like you have to be having, got to be good golfers up the front. Can't play off at 28. I would also have spread out your tee times to 9 or 10 minutes apart so that it's not just you're not cramming as much as you can in there. I would have time stats that get logged with the pro shop. If you have one round over 4:30, 4.5 hours, you get a written warning. If you get a verbal warning. Your second round over 4.5 hours, you get a written warning. Your third round over 4.5 hours, you're suspended for a month from the golf course. You can't play. I would have a marshal going around a bit more frequently. Like I've had that happen at COD a couple of times where the marshals come around and you can see that I would have that a bit more frequent. I would also have on this written warning, verbal warning stuff, I would have sections of the day's play. So the first, 2 hours of the day, if you've had no written warnings, you can get in there. If you've had a written warning before, you're in the middle block. If you've had two, you can only go in the back block. I would make it a lot more punishable if you go slow.
I reckon the problem is that, like, let's go pre-COVID.
Yep.
Golf clubs were they needed people on the golf course. You need revenue. So the last thing you were trying to do was piss people off. Membership at clubs, like some places were struggling. Banana could probably say they were struggling pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So to go out and suspend someone for slow play, that was like a hard thing to pull the trigger on when you're trying to get members in.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
fucking ping
that's
them.
uppercut people. That's
exactly.
absolutely.
So my club or my score, they do that. So you use my score.
Yeah.
You get your average
That's
round.
sponsoring this segment?
My Score are sponsoring this segment, actually, which is great.
Proudly sponsoring this one. So here I can tell you my average round times for Saturday mornings. I'm 88th out of 137. So they're just obviously the regular players. 4 hours, 29 minutes for my average round.
On a Saturday, I think on a big comp day like a Saturday, that's about
Saturday
reasonable.
morning.
How do I check that?
Saturday afternoon. So you just go through.
Yeah, I'm
ready?
on here. Yeah.
How easy
average
friendly?
round
That's
times, there we
easy
go,
friendly to use, that app I've noticed.
So easy.
It actually is.
Righto.
That's my good
yeah.
friends at my club.
So can you get your average? So you see your average?
Yeah. So my I play Sundays more often than not. That's my day. I'm 43rd out of 118. My average time is 4 hours and 6 minutes. My fastest time is 3 hours and 12 minutes.
I reckon Cronulla's slow. 4.5 is a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is quite a slow course. Yeah, and that's
walk though as well.
That's mornings.
Massive walk.
Afternoons are much slower, and I'm not going to read those stats out. Yep.
I also think there needs to be a written rule, not just like an unwritten law. I think there needs to be a hard and fast rule with like letting players go through or letting groups through.
You can't let people through during a competition.
Not during a competition, but in like just other days.
Oh yeah.
In other days, I think there needs to be like outside of Thursday and Saturday, the main members comps, there has to be a rule.
You're asking for common sense, though. That's a tough one.
Yeah, but like that's why. So common sense is the rule at the moment.
Yeah.
But like these guys who are fucking nearly killing their diabetic, mate.
Yeah.
Just let us. There was 4 of you. There was 2 of us. I was on at the 11th hole, so it had been from the 3rd to the 10th that we were literally like waiting every shot, hitting up, driving as they were hitting onto the green. We would walk up, and by the time they're walking to the green, we already had our balls. On the 11th hole, the par 3, we got to the tee box and watched 2 of their 4 tee off. And they just went, yeah, see you, boys.
Yeah, that's...
Like that, there has to be a rule in there.
Did you say anything?
I should have.
You're scared.
Yeah, terribly scared.
Yeah, but you just
Like
you
the
want to.
diabetic was winking at me.
Yeah, it's hard because you're going to be behind them. You need like I'm all about manners and stuff on the course, and if someone come up to me going, "You're playing slow," it's like you're going to get your back up straight away.
Yeah, hey mate, any danger of like even just acknowledging us,
not walking backwards,
not walking backwards. Yeah. But like if I play a round of golf with my pop who is old and slow, and I know that there's someone behind me, I will at least look, turn, and say, "Mate, yeah, come up whenever you need."
Yeah.
The bloke I played with today, because when we film, I'm always paranoid we're going to take time.
Yeah.
The bloke I played with today, he could tell that I was getting a little bit like, we make sure we keep up the pace of play. There was no one behind us, but equally, I just didn't want anyone to catch up. And I said, look, I know sometimes I get a bit paranoid, like I want to keep the pace of play up.
Yep.
And he goes, if you haven't got someone in your group that is paranoid, you'll all dawdle.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty correct.
But that ruins your game sometimes when you're trying to bring up the group.
The second I walk onto the tee box, my whole game is ruined. I've just immediately.
Yeah.
He asked me today, actually, he's like, what do you think about like before you're about to chip? And I was like, no, as soon as I pick up a wedge in my hand, it's like, like in a movie where they like a grenade goes off and it's like that's what it's like when I pick up the wedge. It's like white noise playing like. Anyways, but I did want to. I actually
The
did.
Jaws music when you go to your
Smoke
bed.
everywhere.
Yeah, like I've got shell shock, man. Because I played the cut today, I actually thought, I was like, I want to ask you boys, because I'm a massive golf course fan. I love golf courses and I love layouts and you know,
And power bands. And cuts of a cow.
yeah, cuts. Hey, mate, I had a lot of people message me saying more beef chat.
Oh,
You know,
no.
they did.
Sponsored by, what's your favourite? What's your local butcher? Can we get them on board?
Baldivus. RJ's Quality Meats in Baldivus.
Can we get RJ's Quality Meats put Baldivus on
That's
board?
one of your
or-
clients, isn't it?
It is.
You dodged it.
I got a couple of butchers. We can get on board.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so
we'll find a butcher.
Excuse me. I thought I'd ask you, it's one of the questions I ask on my videos is, what's your favourite golf course in WA? And then what's your favourite golf course in the world?
My favourite.
Can we say we can't mention anything that rhymes with Schmorish Melbourne?
So
we can't do that.
The reason why is because
we can.
this bloke come
I
over.
went and watched the President's Cup there. Beautiful.
Oh, that's Schmorish Melbourne.
Yeah.
This bloke came over and he messaged and said, "Can we get a round together? You know, let's play it like an iconic WA golf club."
Yep.
And I was like, "Well, you have to play the cut. I think the cut is the one that's like, yep. I went to WA and I played the cut, so that's why we went down there."
Yep.
And I think that has to probably be my favourite in WA.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, it's like gorgeous. It's, you know, it's so unique and yeah.
I think if I'm just like in terms of the beautiful looking golf course, I love Meadow Springs. I think Meadow Springs is a really good looking track.
Good.
Like it's the layout's really nice. The scenery's good. It's never stupidly busy. But I love just a rogue quirky one. I love Checkers. You played there before?
I haven't. I've been there.
No, I played it when I didn't have retic.
Oh, I love it. It's like you can call up. I've called up on a Friday before. Hey, mate, can I just get 4 of us on at about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning? Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they've got a few members there. They've got this old guy at the till who's just there every week.
Yep.
And it's just like a real fun course. It's like it's straight, and then there's a really aggressive dog legs on hole. And they're postage stamp screens. It's a great track. Really, really like playing out there.
I learned something about like that. So they do have very small greens, and the reason why is less water, less maintenance. There's just tiny greens. That's the same as like wedge. Is it wedge?
Ledge point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that's why they have small greens. That place looks like it probably should have sand greens, really.
Yeah.
Its location and stuff. But
What's your favourite in the world? You'd have heaps being a member of Schmorish Melbourne.
I think my favourite. I don't.
Look, doesn't have to be one you played, do you reckon?
Yeah, you gotta play it.
you got to play. If
No,
you-
You just
now
say,
we flex,
just say
are we?
Augusta. And you're like, oh, how'd you go there?
You can't say Augusta. It's so typical, man.
Because you haven't played it.
Oh, and you have? Oh, you
Pull
get
me
about
finger
spring
if I
something.
started practicing.
Well, if I had to have played it, it would have been Schmorsh Melbourne. But I won't say that just because, obviously, you know, we can't say. Kingston Heath is
Yeah.
a beautiful, beautiful golf course. Like it is really, really hard, really challenging, so nice. And like you can tell, like having played here, you can play it Karen Up, and then you can play it Cot, and you can play it Mount Lawley, and you can tell the difference in Karen Up. Like you can tell that he's just a level above. And then it's the same when you go over to the Sandbelt and you play those really good courses. You can tell that it's just you feel the esteem walking in the building. You're putting on the green, you're using the range. You can tell that it's just a class above, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like it's special.
Yeah. I would say Araloon would be my favourite.
Yeah.
I just wish it was done up. That place with pumped full of money, made to look as best it could. I don't know what beats that in WA.
Yep.
You go play there on a first thing in the morning, you don't feel like you're in Perth. It just needs that little bit of love and care and some money behind it, and it would be the best place in Perth.
And like $79 for 18 with a cart.
Yeah.
It's fucking
and
brilliant.
some like coals that you're just like, what is going on? Like
Yeah.
the par 3 16th and just unreal.
The 9th,
it's a great finish there, actually, isn't
the
it?
18th,
16,
is-
17, and 18.
yeah.
The 9th, yeah.
The
That
9th
is probably one.
is as picturesque a hole as you'll get.
Yep, agreed.
I
Yep.
don't know why the water's so blue. Just make it
Yeah.
dye. It could just, just ease up on the dye a little bit.
No.
It's
More
like
dye.
light blue.
Yeah.
No,
Come
more
out
dye.
with three-eyed
Make it so
fish.
nothing will grow in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of that.
I would say I'm torn between Millbrook and the old course at the National. Millbrook, when that video comes out that we've done, I think it was just the day we got.
Yep.
We were the first ones out. No wind. A week after the New Zealand Open. It's like, how much better do you want a golf course to look? And it was looking unbelievable. And I played half decent, which that always helps. But the national old course, I didn't play amazingly, but every hole was just ridiculous. And it's super, super hard as well.
The national's so nice.
Yeah, I wonder if I didn't play well this morning at the cut, if that would have been my answer.
Yeah.
I don't reckon I would have.
Did you just say which one around the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard because I haven't played them.
Well, what if you haven't played it?
You would have filmed them though.
Yeah, well,
There you go.
if I was
Too close.
Ron's still getting
Too
used
close.
to it.
oh mate, you figure that.
I was too close. No, it's a massive noggin. I thought it was fine.
Seeing mustache up.
Like the neighbour off Tim Tillman. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you haven't played it, what would you say?
You've been there at least.
Well, I think Bonville was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Bonville to me is you know, like an oasis. It's like you're saying about Araloo, and you go out there and you just forget that there's other humans that are alive. You're just away. It's gone. You're just away in this thing. There's no one in front of you, no one behind you.
No.
Oh,
No.
The cicadas are so like they're deafening loud, and
the
you
echo
just
when you hit a shot is something different.
like the crack, like
Yeah.
whoosh.
Yeah.
That is nice. It's just one of the great feelings, isn't it, when you just really smack it. You can hear your echo in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's normally with a wedge for me though.
Followed by a tree.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, sick of this. Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah, fuck, there's just some good call. Like, yeah. Watching on TV, like even Kalgoorlie, I haven't played there.
Oh, yeah.
Kalgoorlie. Have you been
The WA Open last year, watching that.
No, but we've got some very good connections to get to Kalgoorlie, mate. We basically just have to say yes, and we're out there.
And the Kalgoorlie Golf Course will sponsor the next segment if they want it. We'll do a live podcast from the clubhouse.
No, I went out to the golf gala, the presentations just a couple of weeks ago, and met some very good connections for out in Kalgoorlie and a few other places. But yeah, they want us out
Do
there.
they want to fly us out there as well? Or?
Yes, they do.
Perfect.
They do now.
So we'll wrap this up with this has been good, right? This is the chat this is golf. Fuck yeah, love golf chat. We put the call out for some emails. There's some other stuff we were going to get to, but we're running. There was some call out for some emails, anything that they wanted to send. We're still getting on to.
Still not ready.
I don't know how. Jaden, are we ready to send stuff? Can we send videos in yet? Do we have that capability?
Yes.
We're saying yes. If you've got a video of yourself swinging a golf club, if you've got a video that you've taken of a mate swinging a club in a bad situation, or he's sort of one leg in the water and he's trying to hack it out, any funny videos, any golf videos you want to send us through, we'll rate your swing, we'll do all that sort of stuff. Please feel free to send them. And also with emails, if you've got, send them to hello@BackChat Studios, maybe.com.au. That sounds about right. Yep, got it, nailed it. We've had a few emails come in, so I'll read you these ones, lads, and I'd like to get your opinions on them. So this is from Azza, Aaron Walton. Cheers, Az. His Masters pick was DeChambeau to win at $12, and then Sepp Straka top 10, who didn't make the cut. Whose was that? That was on 6PR, I reckon. He was shit. And DeChambeau pooed his own pants. He's just said, anyone actually know how long it takes until your handicap expires if you're not a member anywhere? And again, and have to put 3 cards in. He was a member at Penny up until 2012. Handicap was about 11. All right, mate. Then he joined. Then he went to somewhere else, Papua New Guinea in 2023, thought he'd be able to play, couldn't. Over the last decade, he stopped playing. He had his first comp in over 10 years at Maylands. He had to play off 7. He was nowhere near it, had about 15 points. Reckons he had a lesson at Cottesloe with a guy called Matt. So
No wonder
he needs to pick that up again. And he said after listening to our podcast, he's got back into golf for the last sort of, after 10 years. He just said, does anyone know how long your handicap expires? And if his would have been expired. He hasn't played in about 10 years. So probably
I don't know. I think they can bring it up no matter what. I think it's up to the club's discretion to say.
I think it's immediate. Like if you're not a member at a golf club, I think it's like once your membership terminates and the golf year finishes, they can just like renew your handicap. I could be very wrong, but that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
As soon as you're not a member, your handicap's not affiliated to a club or a brand. And that's why they do there's social clubs that they host your handicap.
Yeah.
So you have to be a part of something. You can't just go, I want a handicap. Where do I buy it?
Yeah.
You have to be a part of a club, a social group, a golf club.
So it expires, and then as soon as you join back up somewhere, you can get it straight
I
back.
still have a Pinjarra membership, which I reckon if I took that to Golf Box, they could transfer it over. And I haven't played at Pinjarra for 6 years. So
Take it to Golf Box.
Sorry, it's a
Well, yeah,
sponsor.
it's
Sorry,
yeah, sponsored by Golf Box.
Cottesloe, who will not sponsor this.
Yep.
I can guarantee that. I reckon they could still pull it over.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. Join up somewhere else and you
My
get
good friends at my club would be able to tell us this.
Do
Yeah.
you reckon?
Oh, well,
Actually, yeah, our friends at my school will be able to sort you out, and GA Australia, who are now sponsoring the podcast.
oh, we're going to be rolling in it. Jesus.
50,000 sponsors.
50,000 sponsors.
We need to dress up
all
like
over.
Ricky Bobby. You know?
If you don't chew big red, then fuck you. From Liam Hensel. Liam, hey, gents. Brilliant podcast, fellas. Absolutely top shelf. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
I've got one question and a short story. We'll go your short story first because this is actually a pretty good one. He got back into golf. Yep, sweet, no worries. That's fine. This bit here is I thought this was funny. A few years ago, I found out my favourite bourbon had been discontinued in Australia. I tracked down the last few bottles, which was from a small Canberra bottle-o, and had them sent up to my place in the Gold Coast. I wrote on the front of each one, mortgage, when he gets rid of it, retirement, and then a hole in one.
Oh.
He said, I'm so far away from the last two, but I'm really one good swing away from the first one. I thought that was quite funny.
That's good.
So that's not a bad one. If anyone else has got anything like
That's
that with
actually
their
really
hole
cool.
in one
Yeah,
story,
I don't mind that.
I might do that as well. I don't really like bourbon, but I could do it.
I couldn't be in the same room as bourbon, I'll be honest.
It's disgusting.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of it. Unless
You like
it?
No.
Any bourbon
more of-
companies want to sponsor
I'm
us?
100%.
I'm fine with that. No,
I
I
drink
don't want
a whiskey. I like mine a whiskey.
No.
Aren't they the same thing? I don't know. See,
all
that's-
tastes the same
Yeah,
to me.
it's all burns on the way down. Righto. Here's the question. One, we've shared the short story. Question is, are you in favour of music on the golf course? I'm a big fan of having tunes going in the background. Just curious on the general consensus. Music on the golf course. Thoughts, feelings, emotions. Liv have just gone bang and said, fuck it, let's do it.
This was actually going to be something in my. Are we having a rant today?
We can rant if you want. We can finish on a rant. I'm happy to finish on a rant.
Okay, well, this sort of ties into a little bit of that. Yes, love it, but don't bother me. Don't bother me. Turn it up, turn it down. No music, whatever. Nothing bothers me.
If you're playing,
It's hard to listen past the white noise.
yeah,
And the smoke.
I don't know. If I'm playing if I'm just playing a social round and someone's got a speaker, I can listen.
Depends
to
what
music.
music's playing. Don't sit there with your techno and you're in your 50s. Like, play some good music.
What would
And
be
then I'm
good
good to go.
music for a golf course for you?
The Augusta theme.
Just on repeat.
How do you not play well with that going?
Yeah, that's true.
No, like a bit of 70s rock, like old school stuff.
Sure.
I'd listen to that.
Yeah.
Just keeps you sort of mellow.
Keeps you mellow.
You don't need
keeps
like when you're trying to hit a bunker shot.
Yeah, that's.
I don't mind that in a social setting. If I'm playing with people that I know, again, don't care. But I probably wouldn't. If I'm playing in a Saturday morning comp, I'd be leaving it off.
Yeah.
I think you ask the group, you put it out there and go, look, if you,
Yeah.
if,
Boys,
if,
what do we
if
reckon
one-
here?
if one of the four people don't want it on, don't put it on.
put it
out.
That's you're happy for that.
A bit like on the first tee, you're on the first screen. You say, "How do we want the flags today?
Yes.
In or out?"
Yeah.
And if
it's
they
in,
say in,
Kick him out.
go
get
away.
the fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants the flag in? You're
Yeah.
always a better chance to hole it with it out. Is that actually true? You're a
I've
golf guy.
seen so many things. I've hit a couple that I've hit and popped out, and I'm like, and never again have I left it in.
I find it so funny. So I actually, the first 3 episodes here, I just rag on my brother a little bit, but Will, like if he's off the green, and I've had a few times where he's thinned a wedge, and it's like hit the pin and just bopped out. And he reckons he's so unlucky. He's like, fuck, that's so stiff, man.
Like
I was
Ethan
like, stiff
Andrews
of
that
what?
time.
Yeah.
Stiff of what? You thought that was going to go in?
Nah.
Like, you were 10 metres off the back of the green if that
Yeah.
fucking flag wasn't in.
Don't spit it about it. Yeah, you're very lucky.
So stiff, man. Like, no, you're not. You're not
so
stiff at all.
stiff.
Shut up. All right. Now it's time for we'll finish on the minute rant because I could feel just off your sentence that you got something. I know you've got something. And I also have something. So it's good.
Yes, let's
it's a
finish
good
on a
minute
bit
rant.
of anger.
Jaden will play the ticking. We won't hear it. You'll just hear. I'll just be giving you the updated time. So Joel, would you like to go kick us off?
Yeah, I'll go. Yep.
In 3, 2, 1, you're away.
I hate the fact that we've built up that golf has to be quiet. I don't think it has to be loud, and I don't think you have to carry on it like an idiot. And I'm happy for noise in your backswing and stuff, but this whole like stop walking, stop moving. We're trying to concentrate. Well, what about every other sport? It really annoys me. Like I think that would actually pick up the pace of play as well. If you're allowed to walk to your ball and mark it while someone else is putting, lovely. If you're allowed to walk to your bag and change your club while someone's taking their shot, great. Don't be an idiot and yell in the backswing, but loose talking in the background, all for it. And I actually encourage it. It really doesn't bother me. That's me.
In 40 seconds. Wow, that was a quick minute.
Yeah.
You had 20 seconds to go. And
Bother
you just,
you?
Nah, not really. Like,
I don't hear it. If it's like a in your swing, you're like, dude, come on.
If
But
it's a constant, like if
Yeah.
it's if it's out of nowhere, it's like, oh, actually, that has surprised me a little bit. But like, if you were just stepping up to drive and, you know, Ron and I were having a little brief conversation in the background about the price of eggs, you're not going to just be like, you just know what's going on and you can just swing away.
And I know that everybody's different, but that is 100% me. I don't care about anything. I'm so in my own head. Like,
You're
it's
balanced, mate. Or your mind is completely focused with your Powerband on.
Exactly right, mate.
Yeah, I tend to agree because like every other sport, blokes are lining up for a set shot, they're getting booed, they're getting heckled.
Imagine like David Warner sitting out there on 98.
Quiet, please.
Yeah, everybody stop talking, please. I'm trying to bring up my ton.
Yeah.
Which is actually what I'm trying to do on a golf course as well. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to bring up my ton here.
I feel like silence, especially when you watch a tournament, silence brings the pressure more.
Yeah.
Yep.
If everyone on 18 was sort of like just having a chat,
Yep.
Rory would be like, oh, well, I'm just going to knock that in.
Because you would hear the little things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a good one. I like that a lot. Ready? Ron, you're away in 3, 2, 1.
My rant is about the fact that for some reason Channel 9 didn't show the Masters this year. So the common folk, like myself, couldn't watch it. I had to drive to a golf club to watch it. I can't. That's always been the thing. You can go on Channel 9. It's always on. And how do you like promote golf if the young kid whose parents can't afford KO to watch a bit of golf? Like the same with the Aussie Tour. It's not on Channel 7. I used to watch golf like Saturday afternoon. You'd play in the morning and you get home, you'd be able to like watch the last bit of the Aussie Open. Unless you have KO or Foxtel, you can't watch it. Golf's surely popular enough now that it can be on normal TV. It doesn't have to be 9, it could be 9 Gem. I just wish it was on normal TV so the common folk could watch it.
In 45 seconds, bro.
Especially the big
concise.
events. The big events.
There's
like
nothing
that.
bigger. Don't tell me the Masters isn't going to get a massive amount of viewership at 4 a.m., which you're not going to.
Yeah, what are you
someone's
playing? Reruns
trying to
of
watch
fucking-
SBS porn.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
you can't put that in.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Yes, you absolutely can.
We all watch a bit of SBS porn.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon I saw my first tit on SBS. Staying up late and all of a sudden you just see a pair of titties. Awesome. No, but I agree. It just seems dumb.
I didn't even look. I just put Channel 9 on and I was like, oh, it's not on. And then checked and I was like, what's going on?
Is it normally on?
Rex Hunt
all
reruns.
the time. All the time. Ever since the Masters been on, it's always been on.
Yeah. Okay. I just watched it on KO.
Oh, must
Yeah,
be
well,
nice.
you watched it on his car.
Oh, I couldn't.
And what are you complaining about? You got free viewing as
I
well.
walked into the clubhouse at Cottesloe, obviously not looking great because I've walked up the stairs and came through the door and like all the members were like, oh, big night. I must have looked rat shit.
You always look horrible
Yeah, I'm
in the
not
morning.
good. I look terrible.
Yeah,
in the
he
morning.
looks like he's just been on like a 3-day bender.
Yeah,
Needs a power
I got
band.
12 hours.
You need a power band.
Ah.
Yeah, that'll do it. Righto, my rant. I hope Em doesn't listen to this. 3, 2, 1. My rant is about the fact that I am struggling to get a round in with a guilt-free round of golf. So my partner goes away every second week.
Oh, no.
She goes away with work, and I can get a round in then, sweet. But like, if I want to play a round of golf when she's back in town, it just makes it difficult.
I'm not even being involved in this
I've
conversation.
heard this episode before.
Is this what he said last week as well?
No. The one last week was like, I actually am finding it difficult to find genuine time, like actually getting time because I have other commitments on. But
So
like,
what's the argument now? You misses.
no, not my missus. My
Sorry,
argument is like getting a guilt-free round in.
Oh, when you do get to play,
When it's like when I'm trying to justify that golf is as much of a commitment as going to a family lunch or doing something else.
Okay, sorry.
It's
I
like
was- I was hearing a
that's
replay.
where I'm at.
Sorry.
No, not a replay. It's like it's an
need to
important
talk
part
to
of
your
it's an
missus, not
important.
us.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
an
feel
important
like
part of
this
my
is a
life. That's my rant.
conversation.
Anyway.
Sorry,
No, you
I
guys
jumped
interrupted.
in.
You interrupted.
Sorry, I thought it was a replay. I was like,
No,
this
not a
bloke's
replay.
had a big weekend. He's forgotten everything.
My last rant was about like actually physical time to play golf.
Okay.
Because of work and footy and all the rest of it. It's like, fuck, I want to find a time to get out. Now that I have times to get out, my rant is just I want to be able to get a guilt-free round in where I've not like, okay, sweet, we want to go have Easter lunch at my brother's house. Fuck, I'd love to play golf instead.
People that don't play golf don't understand how important golf actually is.
I know.
Last week when you said you're committing to a round, it was going to take 7 hours. Like I already felt my missus looking at me.
Wait, what?
You said it like when you go out on a Saturday, you get there a couple of beers before, you stay for the prezos. Like that's a 7 hour day, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
my missus would kill me. I don't know how you're getting away with it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I don't.
Right.
No.
Just take it.
No, and it's frustrating because she'll always let me do it, but it's like,
you're
It's
not happy about it. Disappointed.
we not disappointed, but like I know and she knows we should be going to this family lunch or we should be doing something else or something was already planned and now there's the chance that I want to play golf. So it's like, and I don't even have kids yet. Fuck, imagine when that rolls around.
Nah, don't worry.
I'm going to have to quit.
I seen that thing where it's like basically the exact same thing, and the bloke just saying to his wife, "Find something else to do but hang out with me." It's like, like telling her, just get another hobby. Like I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
He's 100% divorced now.
Yeah, it has to be divorced. Yeah, but it's just not even like it's literally just like there's other plans, life, other things. It's like golf is a thing. Oh, it's important to go and see family. Yeah, but so he's playing golf.
Play cricket on a Saturday or Sunday. That takes about 10 hours.
Yeah. Anyway,
They should be lucky that it only takes us 7.
Did you play this week?
I'm going to play on Sunday.
And you would have played.
I'm foregoing a family lunch to play golf.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not guilt free.
Where?
At Cottesloe this Sunday.
Okay.
I've played 3 times.
And I'm going to have to really battle the sun too because I think I've pushed it back. It was 1:30 and now I've had to push it back to 3. So I'm going to be battling the sun.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm playing again on Monday.
Oh,
So I'm going
to.
to be. Yeah.
You don't play.
No,
We
I need
established
to
this.
start playing. I need to like get a game in once a week. And it will help the games I play when we film because that's why sometimes I'm no good.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go over to watch the Open, and while we're over there, we may as well film and play golf. So start
In
getting better at
July?
golf. Yeah. Surely we can organise that. It can't
I
be
thought
too
we were
late.
going to go to Vietnam.
Well, let's do that then. I would like to do either.
3 threes and Tiger beers. Oh,
Never been to Vietnam.
It's so good
I've
over
had
there.
the Tiger beer though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tiger beer. I'm keen for Vietnam. I want to see it.
It's an exceptional part of the world. Banh mi off the side of the street for 50 cents.
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure there's dog in it. And it's just awesome.
Unreal.
It's the best. Sick as a dog. All you eat is beef pho. It's awesome.
That sounds like the life for me.
I wonder what cut of beef you'd put in the pho.
Nah, no beef.
What part of the dog do you eat?
No beef chat.
Oh, you have to be in the
Can't put that in there.
No.
Yes,
hind
you
leg for
can.
sure.
You got to stop worrying about what we can and can't put in.
is
here.
that-
With Schwartz
After the
Melbourne,
rants,
you
you
Yeah,
go
but yeah,
on,
but
man.
no,
You go on some
yeah.
bloody rants.
I go on some real rants and you just got to roll with it. Let
Okay.
it go. Let it go.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Golf
You are
box,
very
get it
passionate
going.
about the footy, aren't you?
Very passionate about the footy, and equally as passionate about the golf. Actually, speaking of passionate about things, we said last week I spoke about rules that I wanted to change in football. That's next week's assignment. Let's get a couple of rules we'd change in golf. Not pace of play rules, just like other genuine other rules.
Oh, well, I can tell you mine now. Mully.
Yeah,
You get one mully per 9. That's my answer. But maybe I'll think of a good one.
I'm going to off topic, but I'm going to just put this out there as well. I reckon Rory wins another major this year as well.
Well, I said 3 in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I reckon he'll get close to 10, but he's going to win another one this year. It might be like the PGA or something, but he'll get another one.
I Googled, so he's just completed the Grand Slam.
Yep.
For 4 of them.
Yep.
I typed in how many majors has Tiger Woods won because I just didn't know off the top of my head. Do you know how many? I'm almost certain it's 15.
No, Jack has 19.
Yeah, isn't it 18 or 17?
Something like that.
No,
He's
it's
a couple off Jack.
I think it's 15.
I thought he was a couple off
Now I
Jack.
look like an idiot. Tiger Woods majors.
What I did actually Google was, has anyone won all 4 in the 15? There you
15,
go.
yeah.
Has anyone won 4 in the 1 year?
No.
No one has won
No.
all 4 in the 1
Tiger
year,
did
but Tiger won all 4 of them at once.
Yeah, he had all 4 under his belt, but he did
He
one of them.
did the Masters in 21 and then all of the other ones in 2000.
No one's done. So like Rory's a red hot chance to be the first one to do it. Fuck, he must be
now that's
spewing.
exciting.
No, I like
your
Rory now. I'm Team Rory now.
Yeah.
I'm Team Rory. I've come around to Team Rory. No question.
See, like I said last week, I had to make the switch. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have watched the final day. I just had to make the switch and actually jump on him. Otherwise, I would have hated it all.
How many Guinness do you reckon he had in the last 24 hours?
I don't reckon.
He would have. Larry would have made him get on it.
Had
They
to.
would have.
Larry would have made him do some
Had to have
silly
had some
things.
Guinness. He would have
That's-
split
I reckon-
that many G's.
I reckon that's one thing. I split the G on the weekend, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it on camera as well. That's one thing I reckon I'd beat Rory at.
Split the
Drinking
G.
Guinness?
No, drinking Guinness. I reckon I'd absolutely smash him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I'd be a scratch golfer. I reckon he'd be like a 15 handicap.
Do you reckon you'd only be scratch? I reckon you'd be under par.
Me,
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
you'd be plus 2 or 3.
Yeah, you tell me stories about how you've had like 11, and I would be in a coma.
Yeah,
Like I had
he'd be
5
nuts,
on the
but-
weekend.
gotta-
Not great on Sunday.
you got to prepare for it though.
I had 4 at a work. I went out for me. Hypothetically, had a work lunch
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was like literally just a Friday that we went out for lunch, and had 4 Guinness. and rolled back in and like took a couple of phone calls in the afternoon. It's all hypothetical. Hypothetically, took a few phone calls in the afternoon. Oh,
You have to prepare
confident.
for it. You can't
It's
just
a confident phone call.
You can't just rock up at the bar and go, "Oh, I might have a couple quick ones," and see how you go.
No.
If I'm having a crack at it, I'm preparing.
You're
have a
sitting
nice
down, you're strapping
brekkie,
in, you're locking
loads
in.
of water.
Oh, you load up during the day, pasta.
yeah, a couple of
Carb load.
no, just a nice brekkie in the morning, but like loads of water, a couple of Baroccas, multivitamins, and just
And a
get
Powerband. All right. Good work. Thanks for listening in. That's episode 3. If anything you like, anything you don't like, if you don't like something, don't tell us. Actually, do tell us. We like constructive feedback. I got some constructive feedback from you guys on my stories, of which I won't be listening to. Any feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, send it to us at hello@backchatstudios.com.au. If you've got a swing video you want us to break down, please do that. Any golf content, swinging stuff, or it doesn't matter. Send it in. We'll break it down. We'll have a look at it. We might bring some of our own videos in next week, potentially. Might have a look at our own, break down our own swing and be just honest with each other.
Yeah, I'm happy to have a look at yours. I want to see it. Yeah.
I sent him probably the best swing that I've hit in my life today. Hit a 5-iron, lovely. Sent it to him, and he goes, "Pull fade." I was like, "Come on, man! I'm looking for actually something positive from you."
Anyway, we'll get to that next week. Thanks for listening. See ya.